So I was at work and I was watching this video. I had it on my headset while I was working, and I noticed just the take some of these PokeTubers have, man. They suck so bad, and there's so many holes in what they say, and a lot of it's all just regurgitation. I mean, people just regurgitate the same things over and over, and dude, I just get sick of hearing it. So I wanted to look at this a little bit, talk about it. We'll watch a little bit of this man's video. This is going to be from Vaporself, our favorite PokeTuber.
So, I want to talk about why Prismatic Evolutions is the most controversial and hated set in the Scarlet and
It's only controversial because you can't buy it in a store. It's only hated because you can't buy it in a store. Well, and the pull rates are so bad.
Violet era by far. This set is very controversial. If you give any sort of opinion stating if, Prismatic Evolutions is a good or bad buy at a certain price point, you're not going to win, right? If you say, oh, it's a good, buy at this price point, people say, no, it's not. And if you say, oh, this is a bad buy at this price point, people will also disagree with you. You can't really win trying to give an opinion with this set, which is why it's so controversial. Just there's
So I hate that he said that. This is one of the things that I heard in the video that really, the moment I heard it, we're only 40 seconds in, the moment I heard it, my head wanted to explode. He said there's no good take you can have if you say to buy here or buy here. That's so wrong. It's so wrong. There's two ways you have to look at this, okay? If you're a casual collector or a single collector, buying anything over MSRP is a net negative almost always, especially in a current era set. Now, if you're collecting and you want to rip packs from Sun and Moon, XY, whatever, right? That's on you. You know the risk. You know what you're doing when you're getting into that. That's on you. But paying over MSRP on a current era set, especially when it just came out months ago, there's no way you can justify that being good, right? Obviously, I think everyone can agree on that, especially since it's scalped to high heaven. Like, you have to look at it historically, right? What set in any era was never at one point sitting on a shelf? There is not a set that has ever come out that has not at one point in its lifespan sat on a shelf. This could be an outlier. This, Destined Rivals, Black Bolt, White Flare, these could all just be special. I don't know. I don't have my third eye epiphanied open to be able to tell you that. But what I can tell you is Evolutions, Crown Zenith, 151 Celebrations, Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike. These are all sets that are super popular, renowned now, but they, at one point in their life cycle, sat on a shelf. People would beg you to take them, like, get them away from me. There's one point where they're like, please just get it at my cost. Granted, this is a beloved set off the start, but it's a FOMO set, one of the most FOMO set that's ever come out off jump. Immediately, right away. Right? We can agree on that. Immediately a FOMO set. Little different, but I think it's going to follow the similar trend. The hype will die down. You'll buy it in a store, and you'll feel better. The only way you can justify any good buy, which he's right about, I'll give all these dudes credit, Nostalgianomics, Vaporself, PokeProfit, I'll give them credit. If you're going to hold it for at least 2 years, right now, let's say you buy it $100. If you're going to hold it for 2 years, and like they're just getting the trickles of the last bits of product that they have left, it'll probably be 100, 125 in 2 years. Once the rumors come out of it's no longer in print, it'll probably jump to 150. It'll pull a Crown Zenith. It might be 175 in 3 years, maybe 200 in 3 years. Once it's fully out of print, you get a little trickle here and there, some product. I could see it being 300. 5 years, 6 years, it could be $300-400 set. Absolutely. You have God packs, the 0.0000001% chance of getting it. You have all the EVs who are, frankly, dog shit. Never understood the hype in them. The worst artworks out of any EVs that have ever come out. I mean, just almost all of the lackluster EVs from Evolving Sky smoke these. Smoke them to the extreme, right? But unless you're going to be a 3, 5, 7, 10-year investor, there's no reason to buy this for $100, especially if you're going to open it. Because here's the thing that most of these dudes don't understand. And this is what really gets to me about most PokeTubers. 99% of the Pokemon community are casual hobbyists, right? You're talking 1% of people with probably an inventory of 100K plus on collections they've been building for years. And then even a smaller margin, like a 0.2, 0.02 of people with distros that just buy extra product out of their own money and sit it on the sidelines, right? People aren't understanding that most people aren't going to want to pay this because they buy an ETB a month, maybe two. Maybe they buy a booster box a month, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe they come in and out every couple of years and they buy some stuff. They open some packs. They keep the cards and they throw it on a shelf, right? That's most of the Pokemon community. This stuff's not meant for them. Like, you're not giving opinions meant for the majority of the people you're trying to communicate with. That's just my thought. That's my opinion. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but let me know. Just wait for this. This will sit on a shelf. I am 90% sure this product will be on a shelf because it would have to be the very first set ever in Pokemon history to not at one point in its lifespan sit on a shelf. So, it's my opinion.
So many people on both ends of, I guess, the stick of whether Prismatic Evolutions is a good buy at a certain price point or not. And I just want to talk about here, I guess, why it's so hated and controversial. So
it's hated because it's scalped to high heaven. You can't buy it in the store. The pull rates are abysmal, and honestly, the art really sucks. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's not lie to ourselves. It's not very good. It's not. So,
I guess first,
and also I want to argue why it's so up. There's two things that keep this set, that keep us really in the scalp-demic that we're in. There's scalpers. And honestly, I'm going to say it's rip and shippers. Hot take. Hot take. Those are the things. People scalping it and the rip and shippers that just have to buy it, right? I mean, let's take an example. Nostalgianomics, one of many, not even the biggest rip and shipper. He does a good job. I'll give him credit. He has bounties. It's cool. He's legit. He's not scamming people. Is he overcharging? It's the market. Is what it is. But just in Destined Rivals, he said in the first couple days, he ripped like 7 cases of booster boxes in packs. In total, he's ripped, he said, like 28 to 30 cases of booster boxes. Just think about it. That's a drop in the pool. Yes, but think about that on a quantifiable level, on how many other people are also doing something similar. They have to buy the overpriced stuff to keep their model going. So they're feeding the people that are scalping it. So
I'm going to talk about why it's so hated in the first place. So Prismatic Evolutions, I
you
feel
can't buy it in a store.
Also has to come with popularity and demand, right? Because you don't see people hating even on like Journey
60% of the demand is people buying it just to make a quick buck.
Together as much as Prismatic Evolutions, right? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people out there that say Journey Together is a trash set and so on, but there's not as much hate that goes towards that set.
Because the moment scalpers realize the set sucked dick, they stop scalping it.
People don't say, oh, Journey Together, oh, I hate that set so much, I'm so mad at these scalpers and stuff, but you hear that with Prismatic Evolutions. And a big reason why people hate the set is because, it's being scalped, so people automatically don't like it, but also, it has evolutions, and the pull rates are hard, right? Even though people will say, Prismatic Evolutions is garbage. As you can see here, I just pulled up this Reddit post. There's a ton of posts that say that Prismatic Evolutions is garbage.
Hot trash.
They say the pull rates are terrible.
Bad pull rates for bad cards.
And just everything about Prismatic Evolutions is bad, and they hate it. I mean, you see this all the time. And it's really strange because it seems like the most hated sets because of bad pull rates, because of scalpers, whatever the reason may be, if it's a set that has popular Pokemon, like Prismatic Evolutions has evolutions and especially has all those other things like Master Balls, God Packs.
Master Balls are the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen them implement. It is trash. It is trash can sandwich. It is fodder. It's like gaming fodder. It's like when you're playing a game and you have a blue weapon And the next tier is a purple weapon. But to get the purple weapon, you have to go find a hidden artifact. And then you have to go collect 8 pieces of orichalcum from the dungeons of Mythgrun, right? And then you have to go talk to this NPC. And then when you talk to the NPC, you have to make sure you have this quest item you get 50 quests ago that you probably just put in a storage box, and you don't know where that storage box is now. So you have to travel to every city you've been to in order to find this quest item, so then you can complete this. And then you have to take a percentage roll on the weapon, and it has a 60% chance to upgrade. And if it doesn't upgrade, you have to redo the whole process in order to get the percentage roll again. That's what Pokeballs are. It's time wasting fodder to make you have to rip more.
It seems like these usually are the sets that perform the best because they are hated the most and people just always talk trash about them. And a big example of that I always talk about is Evolving Skies. If you guys remember, Evolving Skies, when it was getting into the $200-$300 range, people said this is the most overrated thing. It's so
The art, I hate that you compare this to Evolving Skies. I understand why we do. Right? Evolution set. I get it. Why we're comparing it. All of the artwork in Evolving Skies, the worst artwork in Evolving Skies smoke the top artwork in Prismatic. It's not even close.
so expensive, it's not worth it. And if you look at this graph, you can see what's happened with this set. And honestly, Evolving Skies, there's a lot of similarities with Prismatic Evolutions. Obviously, one big difference is being because, Evolving Skies is the main set with the booster box. Prismatic Evolutions is a special set without one. That's the main big difference. But other than that, they share a few similarities. First one being obviously both of them have, evolutions as their top chase cards, right? They both have like the Moonbreon thing. And also they both have really bad pull rates, like Evolving Skies.
Evolving Skies is because people stole the cards from the factory.
Been like 4 Evolving Skies booster boxes in the past. I think the only alternate art I really got was a Metacham, and that was it. So yeah, so pull rates are really bad. It was they both have evolutions. They're both really expensive, right?
For different reasons. Yes. Not the same, but yes.
And they both got trashed on, right? So there's a lot of similarities. All those things are the same with both sets. And if you look at Evolving Skies, it's performed extremely well, regardless of people saying, "Oh, it's pull rates suck," "all the set's overrated, it's too expensive."
It's not.
All these things, and look at how it's performed. It's outperformed every other single, Sword and Shield booster box by a long shot, right? And that's why, in my opinion, I've talked about this, and it is a controversial opinion.
Yo, look at this.
Shot, right? And that's why, in my opinion, I've talked about.
Look at how bad these cards look, and I can't get over it. The only good one is Espeon, and you maybe could argue Sylveon. Leafeon looks like it was a kindergartner's drawing. They added some color and called it a day. They just said, you know what? It's good enough, bro. Like, these are some of the worst evolution cards I've ever seen, and who thought the rainbow border was a sick idea? Fire them, please.
This, and it is a controversial opinion. That's why I believe, unless we're in some huge economical crisis, right, and, Pokemon demand falls off at the same time, I don't really see this going to MSRP, right?
Again, name me one set that hasn't. Name me one set that didn't sit on a shelf. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I just can't think of one.
And that's where the controversy comes in, right? The controversy of saying, oh, it's a bad buy, it's a good buy at this price point. So
if you're going to keep it for minimum 2 years, preferably 3, perfect world 5 to 10, buy as much as you want, you'll make money. It's that easy. People complicate it. You don't got to complicate it. It's that easy. Are you going to hold it for more? Are you going to hold it until the print cycle's done? If no, don't buy it. Wait till you buy it at the store. Are you going to hold it until after the print run is done? If you're not, don't buy it at this price.
So, like I said, you can't win, right? In my opinion, I'll give my opinion and say, oh, unless, like I stated, if we're in some crazy sort of world.
In every video I watch by these guys, these groups of PokeTubers, it's always you should buy, right? It's never to the casual hobbyist, and which is the majority of your community. Just wait, bud.
Where all this stuff crashes and everything, with the economy and Pokemon demand, sure, MSRP, yeah, it can happen. But if that doesn't happen,
Yup,
which is probably
true,
unlikely,
true.
right? I don't see it happening because this set is too expensive, right? You see,
That's the only saving grace he has is off jump. The price of the set is insane. And there's God packs. The only saving grace for why this would never hit MSRP, why it could be an outlier, is every of like the top, what, 8 to 10 cards are over 100. And then the top like 6 are over 2 or 3, right? Like that's the saving grace. But you got to understand the pulls are so bad. So bad. So bad.
the set value, it has been going down. It will keep going down. I don't
Prismatic Evolutions is the ultimate Gamba box.
think it's going to keep going up. Eventually, things may turn around, but at least for the time being, card prices are going down. But look at the value of this set.
Sure.
The most valuable set in Scarlet and
But here's the thing is those will also go down. The more this set opens in 1 year, this could be half value. It could. It might not. Some of these top cards might sit. Like Umbreon might not. I don't think Umbreon's going under 800. I'm just going to say that. Please don't, because I bought it because I don't want to touch this set. But I don't think this is going to go down under 800. Sylveon might see 3. Leafeon I would buy for $10. Espeon 150, 200. Vaporeon $100. Like Jolteon $50. That's biased because the card sucks. But like all these cards could tank. Like this could go down 2 more grand in a year. And then what?
Violet, by far. The same thing was with Evolving Skies, right? I just don't see that happening. With a set this valuable, cards this valuable, MSRP to me, it seems impossible right now. And that's why
Right now. In the current state we're in, sure, I agree. In 1 week, in 2 weeks, in 1 month, is this going to dip? No. 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months? Maybe a little, probably not. But once Scarlet Violet officially ends, once we start seeing the next gen, and the hype completely shifts, and they're printing like rock stars and things it's going to. It is going to drop.
I just give my opinion stating, okay,
And people can only max their credit cards out so much, guys. I mean, like, people can only buy so much before Pokemon just outprints them. And then it's gonna fucking crumble. It's gonna fucking crumble. Because you gotta think, once scalpers can't buy more than they're printing, they're gonna stop. And once 40% of the current buying market stops buying, it's not like they can just stop printing in a day. Right? Like, it's going to flood the market, and I'm going to be eaten. I'm going to be...
it has all these, Master Balls, the God Packs. It's the most expensive Scarlet and Violet set. It's the most, talked about, hyped up, hated one. I don't really see it happening, right, going to MSRP. But then I get a large amount of people that obviously don't agree with me. But then on the other side, right, let's say I was arguing that it was going to MSRP, right? For whatever reasoning, Pokemon is going to print everything to the ground, and that's basically the...
They're going to print everything around. Look, we got the mold of the store here. Absolute max Dorkle. Dorkle status premium. All right? He's a Dorkle Plus enjoyer. This set's going to be MSRP. Just wait. If you're not going to hold for 2 or 3 years minimum, don't buy it right now. I might, because I think I'm going to hold. I want to hold some of this, at least 3, on the shelf that I'm going to sit on forever. If I buy 3 that I know I'm going to sit on for 5, 6, 7 years, and it hits MSRP and I buy 10, 20, 30, 40, right? I'm not going to feel bad about the 3 because I'm not going to rip it. Fuck this set. This set is abysmal. It's burning money. You're just lighting it on fire. It's gone. But if you're buy a couple, if you absolutely have to, if you're going to hold it for 3 years plus, and then wait. Just wait and watch, because then you can't say you missed out. This is obviously not for a casual person. Right? Casual person, just wait. It's going to go. But on the off chance it doesn't, if you're going to hold, just buy a couple. Buy a couple sit, just so you know. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you think. Do you think my opinions are wrong? They could be. I'm just stupid. Just a casual Team Rocket member. But let me know. Like the video. I'll see you next time. Peace.